Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the virtual Sunday service at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. I'm pleased to be able to say our medium this morning is Deb Clarke, and the person giving the reading will be Phil Shaw, and Jackie will be giving the address this morning. I send our love and blessings to everybody out there this morning, and I would ask our medium to open with prayer.
Thank you. Divine Spirit, as we gather together today, we give thanks for bringing us here together safely. We send out our thoughts to those who are suffering, whether through illness or through loss. We ask that they receive the strength, the comfort, and the courage to carry on. We give thanks for each and every day on which we have food to eat and water to drink. We give thanks to our friends and our relatives and the time that they spend with us. We also thank you for our friends in the animal kingdom, who we sometimes forget, but who bring us so much joy. We now send out our thoughts to those in the spirit world, our friends and our relatives. We ask them to draw close and pass on their messages of friendship and of love. We leave this service in their capable hands. Amen.
Amen. Can we ask Jackie now to lead us with the healing moments?
Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to be here again, back at our Wimbledon church. As you know, last week we stayed at home because it was snowing, and we thought it'd take a lot of getting the church ready and getting us out. Now, we didn't have any birthdays in the week, but we did have two very important dates. When Phil does the reading, it will be in memory of the Holocaust Memorial Day, which was during the week on the 27th. So it's the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, the largest Nazi camp, and remembers the 6 million Jews that sadly lost their life under such torture. And the following day, the 28th, in total contrast, Buddhist New Year. And the Buddhist New Year depends on the country of origin or ethnic background of the people. In Mahaya, countries in the New Year start on the first full moon day in January. It's time to reflect on the past and cleanse oneself from the prior year's sins to make a fresh start. And I feel with this morning's sunshine, it's a lovely fresh start again for us. And I know that we can look forward to seeing a little bit more sunshine. The days are getting longer, so it's lovely to welcome back the sun. And it also has that feeling that it won't be too long before spring. We can just get through another 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We will start to have more spring days than we will the rain and the cold. Now, we have to think positively for ourselves. We need to give ourselves some self-healing. And for all of those that are finding that their mood is a little low and it's hard to raise up to the higher self because of that feeling of lockdown. And we have to remember the positives rather than the negatives. And I just wish, rather than saying how many people had sadly passed in hospital, how many people had actually, rung a bell and got out of hospital after 30 days of being ill, and how miraculous it was. We did have one lady that sits in one of our circles that Mary leads, Laura, and she's in her 30s, and she was very, very severely ill with the COVID, and only about a week or so she was able to go home and be greeted by her 3 small children, her youngest being 3. And she believes it's all the healing that was sent to her from the Sunday mornings when we asked for healing. So if we can think of all those that, that are recovering from COVID, all the families obviously that have lost loved ones, but let's try and think of some positives. There's almost 8 million vaccinations that have now gone out. But if we think with our healing thoughts of all those that are doing a fantastic job of administering those vaccines, we have a local country hospital to where we live, the Wilson, and we saw queues of people over several days that are all waiting to go in to have their vaccines. And this is such a positive thing. So we are heading in the right direction. The R rate is going down. We've got things to look forward to. I almost feel it's a bit like Noah's Ark when they send the bird to go and see if it's okay to come out. And we're waiting for the twig, for that sense of we can come out again. And I'm hoping that we'll come out again soon. But there were many names that I took down with our little Wednesday group. So many names that I want people to just focus on that list of names. I'm not going to read each one of them because the angels heard them when they were said on Wednesday, so I know that they can just be added to these following names: Stephen and Kelly, Felix, Rachel, Jackie, Bernie, Paula, Jill, Amber, Alan and Sue, Jade, Mark, Michelle, and the many names that you know, and the many names that you have in your own healing books and sanctuaries if you're still able to open. So if we can just also send that healing to Mother Earth. And what I'd like us to do as we think of these names is to imagine ourselves in a giant circle of friendship again. So let's stretch our arms out and let's just imagine ourselves as a huge church group holding hands and feeling that energy unite us, feeling our fingers tingle with electricity of healing, and seeing behind us a whole huge number of angels, earth angels and angels from the spirit world that are taking our healing messages, that will be there for everyone. There is never a person that passes alone. We may not be able to be with them on their passing, but we know that that room is full of those loved ones from the spirit world. So please, let's open the hearts and minds and eyes of those that are bereft at this moment. Let's feel that energy encircle us, and that energy go up above our roof, up into the sky, up across the entire world, as we just for a moment send that wonderful healing and ask our healing angels to do our work. We thank the healing angels, for we know thy will be done. Amen. And now Ray's going to come up to lead us in the Serenity Prayer.
Those who know this prayer, can we all try and say it together? I know Richard manages to get it up sometime. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So mote it be. Well, friends, at this part of the service, I normally ask those who can donate to the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, if you could donate to the PayPal account. You don't have to have a PayPal account to be able to donate to a PayPal account. You can do that directly, and that would help our continuing mission with both churches. We've had some very sad news about Hatbury's Church yesterday with some building work that needs to be done, and it's a great anxiety to Jackie and I, what we heard yesterday. So we'll be looking at that. And I thank you for those who do continually donate to the church through either direct debit or PayPal. I thank you very much for that. That does go, promise you, to the church, doesn't go to anywhere else. And just like you would if you came here on a Sunday morning, you put the money in the plate, it goes to the work of the Spiritualist Church. So I thank you for that. Now to say hello to a few names on the screen. Good morning, James. Sorry to hear about your brother. We send out love and light to him, and we do what we can with prayer for John. George, good morning, George. I'm glad to see your name. Hope you're well. Angela Smith, good morning. Welcome to Wimbledon Church. Deborah Edmonds, good morning. Lovely to see you. Catherine Hobson, thank you very much. It's nice to see you. Owen, good morning. How are you? I hope you're feeling well. Dawn, good morning, Dawn. Hope you're well. It's lovely to see you. I hope the boys are keeping you nicely relaxed and peace and quiet. Terry Wall, good morning, Terry. Welcome to Wimbledon Church. Petra, good morning, Petra. Hope everything's well with you and it's not too cold down where you live. Danielle, hello, good morning. Sam Pitt, good morning and welcome. Val, good morning, Val. Hope you're well. Bernie, good morning and welcome. Kaylee, good morning, Kaylee. Hope you're well. Hope the babies are keeping you good and busy. Sylvia, good morning. Hope you're all well with the family as well. God bless you too. Christine, good morning and welcome. Hope you enjoy the service. Just a couple more. Glenn's, hello, good morning and welcome. So a bit like David Frost then. And Catherine Hobson, good morning and welcome. Welcome to our church. So I'm now going to ask Phil to give the reading for the morning.
Thank you, Ray, and good morning, friends. As a collective race of beings, we are faced with what often seems like insurmountable ordeals that test our commitment to God, spirit, and self. This poem by a Holocaust survivor to commemorate last week's Holocaust Memorial Day is a testimony and affirmation to strength, resilience, and faith in the will to survive. So let us always be thankful for small mercies that keep us keeping on and light the path ahead in truth, light, and love. The poem is Never Shall I Forget by Elie Wiesel. Never shall I forget that night, the first night in camp, that turned my life into one long night, 7 times sealed. Never shall I forget that smoke. Never shall I forget the small faces of the children whose bodies I saw transformed into smoke under a silent sky. Never shall I forget those flames that consumed my faith forever. Never shall I forget the nocturnal silence that deprived me for all eternity of the desire to live. Never shall I forget those moments that murdered my God and my soul and turned my dreams to ashes. Never shall I forget those things, even were I condemned to live as long as God himself. Never.
Got a terrible feedback here, Richard, this morning in the church, I think. So sorry about that, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Phil, thank you very much for your reading. I'll now hand over to Jackie, who will give the address.
Okay.
And once again, good morning to you all. Now, what I wanted to talk about, and I touched on slightly with the healing, is looking at the positive and trying to still maintain ourselves in the light, because there is so much darkness around us, so much false information, so much scaremongering, and even, you know, with our own little texts and things that we see what people send with, you know, false information or because they're anxious. We don't want to send anxiety through the texts. What we want to do is send positivity, love, healing. If somebody's got a view that you don't agree with, whether it's, you know, they don't want to get vaccinated or they don't believe in the lockdown, then let them have, you know, their thoughts on it and just leave it at that, and then just hope, you know, that their healing angels will be around them and actually show them a different way, because we're all different. But it's when we see that negativity and that fear. I was watching the news earlier and they were talking about so many people that are in groups, minority groups, that are very much prone to having COVID in a very bad way, are not seeking to have the vaccine because of fear that, you know, it's going to make them ill, it's going to do all sorts of things to them. And that is such a shame, because I cannot understand the purpose why somebody would spread rumours, you know, because I cannot see what their end, you know, goal is, because surely we need everyone to be as well as we can. We need to send that light and love to the world. I was thinking of the words of the Sermon on the Mount, and you know, there's also a wonderful song, and we've got a version by Hermione Ross, "Make me an instrument of thy peace." And very much, you know, we are hopefully towards the end of tunnel where the light will be, and we will get back to more of a normality. And then that, you know, often it's the darkest point before we reach that tunnel. I remember reading a short in a very old book. I think it was from during the Second World War, and it was Red Cloud. His address, he was talking about sometimes when we feel as though we're in darkness and we're in a tunnel, we then come up and find it was the shortest route to where we wanted to be. And we, you know, I don't live far from Malden Northern Line Underground, and you know, it's the quickest way up to London. But if you think about it, you know, if we don't have lightness in that tunnel and we think, I don't know, I'm in despair, I can't manage to keep going, and then you're suddenly there at the end and the sun is shining. So no, sometimes, you know, the darkest tunnel is the shortest route. And we look back and we see, you know, that we've climbed several mountains, that our own personal spiritual growth has far exceeded what we wanted, that we've had time to be able to reflect on what's important in our life, the things that we should do more of, and the things that have actually lost their significance during this time, because we just simply haven't been able to do it. We haven't been able to be part of that group or this group. And we think, well, actually, you know, life has gone on, and that perhaps I should just focus on my spiritual self. But it isn't how pious or how religious we have been in our life. It's about what we've done with our life for others. You know, Jesus said, you know, I can have all of the knowledge in the world, but if I don't have love, you know, an empty goal. About how we use our spirituality on a daily basis, not just the day where we attend the church we've been brought up in or that we've found home in. We have to live our religion. It is our way of life, our spiritual way of life. We were talking to a gentleman that had just sadly seen his wife pass after a period of dementia, and she'd gone back home to the spirit world. And he was saying that he had tried to go to several churches. Yeah. Okay, just trying to see if I could get it any better. Sorry about the interference, and that's it. It seems to have got better. And he was surprised, and he was telling me, because this gentleman isn't a spiritualist, so he has spiritual views and understanding to a degree, that, as I say, he'd been to 4 different churches because he was hoping to have a sort of service he wanted for his dear wife. But they were very much only would do the service they wanted to do, but it wasn't ministering to him. It was just following the lines they wanted to follow with the religion that they had. And there was no sort of grey area. It was either black or white, where you have it and you have it my way, or you don't have it. And I thought that was sad in the 21st century, that there are not more ministers actually ministering to the individual, especially at sad times when we're seeing many people having to go through the difficult times of seeing a loved one pass. And in fact, there are many, many delays that people, sadly, that have passed recently are probably not going to be out of a service until March. But as I say, hopefully, things are beginning to turn around, and we have to look for that positivity. But I only brought that in as just for you to give it some deep thought about, you know, about being flexible, being adaptable, opening up your minds to different possibilities, perhaps not being so blinkered in your views, perhaps seeing other people's views, and perhaps letting those views grow on you and saying, yeah, I could do it that way. I could be flexible, because if it's giving someone some sense of comfort, then that's where we need to go. That is the message that we need to be sending. Not that if you don't want it my way, you're not having it at all. And I just feel that we can all learn from that as an example, and that all the healers amongst us, And if every one of us are healers, whether or not you've been through 2 years of training and you did physical laying on of hands, at this moment in time, every positive thought that you can send out into the world is taken on board and is sent to that individual, and healing will happen. They don't have to believe. The person that you're sending the love to, doesn't have to be a believer, doesn't have to be told to anyone that you're sending the thoughts out. Just try to send love and light and energy. But just try and imagine everyone in a beautiful glow of sunshine and sunflowers and the spring flowers, because to me, the symbol of spring, with the beginning of the daffodils and the primroses, is that there is a renewal, that life has that ability, that Mother Earth begins to open up again from the winter, and that we see the spring buds come, and we see the wonderful forsythia yellows springing up in the gardens, and we see the lily of the valley, and we see all those very delicate flowers coming through the hard soil. So my message to you today is about being positive, staying positive. And it's the one impact that we can all have. If we can change our view, we can adapt our view, then we can make a difference. Every single person is important and worthy. Every single person has the ability to change what's happening in their attitude. We can even say one day or day one. And if we say day one, then we're changing our pattern, our behaviour, and sending positive energy. And we see a negative text or somebody's trying to spread, negativity, and we ignore them. And we just positivity around that individual. So that's my message to you as we go into the more spring-like weather. I know we've got a little bit of winter still to come, but we're only weeks away then from the spring. So that are my thoughts for you this morning. Before I want you to give your love and attention to Deb, who we're very pleased to welcome to our church this morning. And I also want to say that because there is normally a 15-second, 20-second delay, then just type in as quickly as you can on your phones and computers to be able to say if you can accept something, but be open-minded with it, and it may be for your partner, it may be someone you wasn't thinking of. Don't always think of one individual, but open your mind to the possibilities. And sometimes there's 2 or 3 of you that will have that same link, and it's a great way of spirit to do buy one, get one free. That's what happens to happen. But as I say, please give all of your love, because your love is energy. We are energy. Our love and positive thought is energy, and it can go then to Deb in being of aid in her work, in her mediumship for us this morning. So over to you, Deb.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Okay. Hello, everybody. As you've been told, I'm Deb. I know there's a lot of people on here that I don't know, and this is my first time at Wimbledon as well. So we'll see how we go. How I work is I'll just repeat whatever Spirit give me, and Richard knows how I work, and he'll be the one that kind of narrows it down, and hopefully we'll be able to give some lovely messages. The first one I've got while I'm talking to you, the first thing to think about is I've got somebody called Elaine here with me, Elaine, and I do feel that she's on a friendship link. So if anybody can take an Elaine, let me know, and we'll get a little bit more from her. And she is actually looking on a friendship link. So if anybody can take Elaine, let me know. She's looking for a lady. She tells me she's looking for a friend down here. Okay, so while we're waiting for Elaine to connect with somebody down here, because I'm aware of the delay. Also, I've got a grandfather called Thomas, and he's actually got his son with him. So I've got a grandfather and somebody's dad here that are coming in together, but it's a grandfather that's coming in first, taking charge, and he's looking for his granddaughter, but he's also telling me he's also got a grandson as well. So I've got 2 people here waiting to connect. Okay, we'll start with the grandfather, who's talking about looking for his granddaughter, who's also, remember, got a dad in spirit as well. Okay, He's talking about the month of May. May will mean something, and he wants to connect to Berkshire as well. So there's a link to Berkshire somewhere that he's talking about in the family as well. And he's talking about somebody down here that's actually looking into doing their family tree. In fact, he's telling me they're doing their family tree at the moment. So somebody should be able to connect with that. Okay, come on then, Grandad. He's talking about problems with ears. So I think he had a problem with his ears. So he had trouble hearing. But he's talking about somebody down here that seems to be, I think the word is, I think it's cockadeffen. So there's somebody down here that's messing around, like playing around with saying, like, or pretending that they can't hear what's going on. So there's somebody down here being a bit cheeky. He's telling me that somebody's being a bit cheeky. He's talking also about a grandson, a younger grandson as well down here. One that likes to kick the ball about, as he's just saying, but also doing that kind of trick where they bounce it on the knee and also on their foot, and they keep the ball in the air. So this granddad's talking about that as well. Okay. So hopefully somebody should be able to connect with him. There is a Navy connection as well in the family, but that's going back a little bit. So there's a naval connection there as well that he's talking about. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, I wonder what was going on then. Am I all right? Am I, Richard? Nobody picking it up yet? Oh, nobody. I didn't think. Oh, I thought nobody was listening. So anybody can take this grandfather, let me know. All right, but we'll go to Elaine now. So a lovely lady called Elaine in spirit who wants to say hello to a friend down here. Now, she's also saying the friend down here has lost a mom. So Elaine's bringing a mom through. So if anybody can take an Elaine, and you must have a mom that's passed that wants to come through as well. I think Elaine is doing the messenger job. She's coming in first to bring the mom through. Okay, she's just told me that she wants to give the mom a little bit of support. So I don't know whether the mom has not been through a lot, and Elaine's just offering her that support. So anybody that could take an Elaine on a friendship link with a mom that's gone in spirit as well. And the mom also has a baby with her. So there's a baby gone to spirit as well. And she tells me that since she's passed, the mom is telling me since she's passed, there have been 2 babies born since she's passed to spirit as well that she's aware of in the family. And she's talking about, it's the mom that's speaking now. The name Sheila will mean something as well from spirit. Okay. Okay, so we're going to Petra first then. We'll go back to the granddad then, and the mum will stay here and wait for the next link. So Petra, right, the grandfather and dad in the spirit, and okay, middle name Thomas. Okay, then we'll go with you then, Petra. We'll get some more information to make sure that you can understand it. Can you? Oh yeah, you say it's all right. I can only read half of the thing, so I think you've just said you can take your grandfather and your dad, so that's right. Your grandfather's also talking about a baby that's been born, and he's telling me it's recently as well. Okay, Angela, you wait for Elaine then. So we'll go with the grandfather first, and then we'll take Elaine in a minute. Okay, so this is for Petra then, this message from the grandfather. Okay, he's coming, he tells me, because he's saying the family as a whole, and these are his words, the family as a whole need healing at the moment, but also some upliftment. And he's talking about they need the upliftment and the healing. It's to bring people back together. He's talking about, his words are, Petra, I've never heard this before, but he's saying there's a displacement in the family. So he's trying to get this family back together. He's talking about your family coming back together as a whole. He's talking about that. Come on then. Granddad's talking about the link to Australia, and it's like that somebody's going over there. So watch for the link for there. And he's also talking about this naval connection that somebody's going to find as well, going back. So remember, he's told you that. He's also talking about, he's gone back to the family thing where he's talking about there are bridges that need to be built in the family. So there are little niggles going on in the family. And he's just said to me, but it's a sign of the time. So what's going on around us at the moment is causing a few little niggles in the family. Okay. Your grandfather and your dad have come because of this. They've got this kind of, they're really strong, you know what I mean, together It's just said to me, together we are strong, and that's what's needed in the family to build the family up. Okay, it's all about strength around you and upliftment. That's why they're both coming together, I think. The dad says that there's been a big and it's just made me say there's been a big conversation about us recently, and it's like people have been talking about the both of them and involving them in this conversation, and that's why they've decided to pop in today and to let you know that they're all around. Okay. He's talking about the month of May will mean something. When they give months, it's either anniversaries, birthdays, or passings. And he's also talking about hold on a minute. Somebody down here will be thinking about going on a cruise. In fact, somebody wants to go and see the world. Your dad's talking about somebody wants to travel and go and see the world. So he's aware of that. He's just letting you know he's aware of that. Now, when your dad comes around you, Petra, he'll make you, he's doing this to my nose, making my nose itch. And that means he's going to be doing that to you. So watch for the sign that he's around you when you keep doing this. Okay. He's just talking to me about, he's just talking to me about white spirit. Okay, but this is white spirit that you use to remove paint or something like that. I think you clean paintbrushes, that type of white spirit. So I've never had this before, so I don't know exactly what he means. I think he's talking about somebody using it and the smell from this white spirit. What he's saying is your dad's talking about somebody that was, I think it's a memory, overwhelmed by the smell of this white spirit when they were doing the decorating. Okay, so watch for that. If you don't understand it, check with somebody. But they've just popped in to say hello to you and let you know they were around. They're bringing in a memory of playing cards as well, especially Snap. And from going from Snap, you've got a nanning spirit who's talking about the plants called snapdragons. I think they're, she's showing me, I'm not sure what they are, but I think they're big tall plants. She's showing me great big tall plants called snapdragons. Okay, and they must mean something to her or something to down here as well. And your nan's also talking to me about Lily of the Valley. I think Jackie mentioned that, but she's talking to me about Lily of the Valley as well. But like I say, just take their love. They're just letting you know that they're around you. Keep talking to them, because apparently you do talk to them and they want to let you know that they're listening. They do hear what you say. So I hope that was okay for you. Right, we're back to Elaine now. Elaine's come back in. Okay. All right then, Angela, we're with you. Elaine, like I say, is coming in on a friend link, and I think because she's quite strong, and she is, because she's making my hairs on my arm stand up, so I know she's coming in pretty close. Because she's quite strong, she's able to bring your mum in and give your mum a little bit of support for some reason. Okay, but it's Elaine that's coming in first, and the reason for coming in is, like I say, to be the she's calling her an anchor for your mum coming in. I don't know what she means by that, but she wants to say, Elaine just wants to say hello. That's basically what she wants to say. Hello. She says she's also been spoken about recently as well, going back, reminiscing. Somebody's been reminiscing and has involved her. Okay. So somebody's involved Elaine in this reminiscing. And as a result, that's why she's here today. She's talking about, I don't know whether, Angela, you had, I don't know whether you had problems getting online or something, but she's talking about you and your problems getting online something, or something, getting a connection or something like that. She's having a bit of a giggle. So you can understand that. Right, okay. Elaine's going to pass me to your mum now. So your mum's coming in now. And the first thing your mum is doing is giving you a great big hug. Okay, so she's giving you a great big hug. She says you need a hug at this time. And when she hugs Angela, she really hugs. You can feel it, you know what I mean? She's really strong and she grips, and that's the sort of hug she wants to give you, because she's talking about that you need a lot of upliftment at the moment. Okay, apparently your mum seems surprised that she's being missed as much. So I don't know what she means by that, Angela. She's a lovely lady. She's quite quiet, but she's like, I'm a bit surprised, she's saying, because they seem to be missing me rather a lot. Okay, so I don't know what she means by that. She's got a lovely smile, your mum. Okay, a lovely smile, but she's passing that smile on to you, and I think it's because she's trying to Oh, she's just said to me, you've lost your smile a little bit. You've lost your giggle. Okay, so she's trying to bring that nice smile and that giggle back to you. That's what she's doing. Okay. Oh, there's a new baby coming, she's just said to me to say to you. I'm repeating exactly what she's saying now. Oh, there's a new baby coming, Angela. There's a new baby coming. She's made me look at your name, and she's made me say Angie, but she's telling me that somebody doesn't like to be called Angie. So I don't know what she means by that, whether it's you that don't like your name shortened to Angie, or whether somebody else doesn't like Angie. But she's just said to me, somebody doesn't like the name Angie. She's saying, okay. She's just talking to me about a lady called Sarah down here that you should know, or you'll come into contact with. Sarah, who needs a little bit of help. So Sarah needs a little bit of help when you come into contact with her. More like all of us, she needs a little bit of upliftment and a little bit of advice, your mum is saying as well. Okay, a little bit of advice, okay. Okay, building brick. I don't know what she means by this, your mum, Angela. She just said to me, building bricks on the horizon. And I've just said to her, what do you mean by building bricks on the horizon? And I'm still unaware, but building bricks on the horizon. I think it feels like she's talking about, actually building with bricks. So there's some sort of building work going to go on. It's like a wall. I don't think it's symbolic. So I think somebody's going to be building a brick wall or going into the bricklaying trade or something like that. She's talking about that. Oh, yes. I think it's somebody that's going to go into that trade by the look of it, Angela, around you, going to college. But she's also telling me there's a university link around you as well. She wants me to give you a link to Leeds as well. So what's the link coming up to Leeds? Apparently somebody's going to have to travel that way for work, maybe an interview or something like that, Angela. So watch for that as well. Your mum's lovely. She's coming with you, coming around you with she's coming around you with a lovely smell, and I'm trying to get out of her what kind of smell it is. I can't quite. She says, I just can't put my finger on it. But I've said that, and she says to me, oh, somebody else says that. So I don't know whether your mum used to say, oh, I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, hang on a minute, Angela. Oh, you're quite psychic, Angela. You pick things up, and it's like she's saying that you're saying things like, there's something going on, but I can't quite put my finger on what's going on around me. And I think that's what she means. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Cool, I do often get mixed up, but that's basically what she means. Okay, come on then. She's just said to me there are 2 babies in spirit that she's bringing up as well. She wants me to let you know that she's all right. All right, so I don't know whether you've been wondering or asking her if she's all right. And also, she wants me to say to you, yes, that was me. So it's like you've had some kind of experience, whether you've seen something or felt something, and you've said, oh, I wonder if that's Mum, and she's just confirming that was her. Okay. Watch for the robin that she's going to bring, Angela, because she's talking about bringing the robin. Okay, so watch for that. I think that's all. Just know that she's looking after you. She's just bringing in a rocking chair. Well, I think it's a memory of somebody having a rocking chair. And while she's talking about it, she's just said to me, somebody's having problems with their washing machine. So watch for that as well. Apparently it's not spinning properly. The water's not coming out of it. I hope that's in the past. But she's just bringing that to you as well. But know that she's around. She's like the other lady that come through before, and the granddad that come through before. She's just saying to you, talk to me, because I do hear you. Okay. And you'll probably feel something on your face, Angela, because she does this quite a lot with you. So you'll probably feel something on your face as well. Okay. So I hope that was okay for you. I think she's going now. She's just said to me, Angela, I'm going to join Elaine. We're going to the shops. So I don't know whether she liked her shopping. And that's how she's left you. She just said, I'm going to join Elaine and we're now going to the shops. Especially looking in charity shops. She's talking about going in the charity shops. So she's laughing and off she's gone. Okay, so I hope that was okay with you, Angela. All right, I'll leave that with you. Okay. I've got a lovely dad here. His name's John. He's talking about John. He's just said to me, I'm John. I'm a dad. I'm looking for somebody on here, so we'll get a bit more because there's a few Johns. Okay. John, and now he's talking about, he's made me feel really light-headed, and I don't know whether he means that's for him or that's for somebody down here that belongs to John the Dad in spirit, but somebody's feeling very light-headed and very queasy, very kind of it's telling me it's somebody down here. So whoever belongs to lovely John the Dad in spirit, there's somebody around you, if it's not you, that's feeling a little bit queasy, a little bit light-headed. Okay, so that should link with somebody. Okay, that's lovely, Angela. All right, but he wants to connect with somebody down here. Now, John's talking also about September will mean something as well. And he's also talking about, I don't know whether this is a chip shop or something. He's just said to me, the Golden Fry. And I've said, what's the Golden Fry? And I think it's a chip shop. So there might be that kind of connection, the Golden Fry around as well, that means something to somebody down here. Lovely Dad. He's quite tall as well. He's a little bit taller than me. I'm 5'8". He's coming up about 5'10", a little bit above me. For some reason, he's saying, I had smaller feet. I don't know why he wants me to tell you that, but he's talking about having smaller feet. And he's talking about that, he says, because somebody used to wear his slippers or even possibly his trainers or shoes or something down here when he was here. So somebody was borrowing his footwear. Okay, they were able to fit into his shoes. He's talking also about wearing reading glasses as well. This Dad is. I had to wear reading glasses, and he's bringing in the reading glasses because somebody down here needs their glasses upgrading for reading, or they do need reading glasses themselves, and he's talking about that. Okay. Come on, he's waiting to make a connection, so I hope somebody can find lovely John. He's actually got his dad here with him as well, so your granddad's going to be in spirit on his side as well. He's there as well, and he's actually got a he's got a little boy with him that he looks after up there as well. But I don't think he doesn't feel as though he's connected with his dad, with John. He feels like he's a friend of a friend, and he's just looking after this lad. Okay, so somebody else has passed, a young lad has passed as well, and he's together with John, your dad. Okay, nobody yet can take him. Hello, Linda. He's talking about a new baby on the way. All right, so a new baby on the way. I'm just waiting to see who. I always give, Richard's saying lots of new babies, but I tend to give a lot of babies. I don't know why, but they always come right. You know, sometimes I'm hesitant in giving them because I do give a lot, but I think they uplift people, but they always come right. So what's for the new baby? So if anybody can understand Dan, Dad, let me know. I don't know why I said Dan then. So there might be a link to a Dan as well that he's making me say as well. But John the Dad, we want somebody to connect to him. Nobody yet, Richard? I'm just waiting to see because I know I keep forgetting there's a delay on here. Maybe still with you. Girl, that's a long message if I am, Angela. My dad is John, my Michelle lost a son. Oh, so I might still with you. That's a long message. I don't know though. We'll see if anybody else pops up, but I'll give what I get and we'll see if anybody else pops up. But like I say, he's just trying to connect with somebody. I don't think he's with you, Angela. I've got a feeling there's somebody else on here that will be able to take it. You can take all of it. You see, I'm umming and ahhing with you. I'm not feeling quite right, but take it. But I think there's somebody else that's going to be able to take it as well as you, Angela. So take it for yourself as well. Okay. He just wants to say hello. So if anybody else on here finds this later, just get in touch with me and we'll see. Can you take the Golden Fry as well, Angela? Because he's still talking to me, the Golden Fry. So that's good evidence if you can take that. So somebody needs to take the Golden Fry. I've got somebody else coming in. But take it all anyway, Angela. I'll leave him for a minute because I've got somebody else coming in at the same time. So lovely lady called Elsie here. Elsie, grandma, she's talking about. Lovely. Typical grandma, I want to say. Lovely. You know what I mean? Cuddly. Not very tall, coming up a little bit smaller than me. I can almost pat her on the head. but she's come at me and said, don't you dare do that. So Angela, I don't think it's for you, but take your little bit, somebody else will pick it up. But anyway, lovely Elsie here, only a little lady but quite strong, all right, telling me off for saying that I can pat her on the head. So I know she's quite a strong character as well. Looking for granddaughters down here is Nan. Okay, she just said to me, I'm looking for granddaughters down here. So there's more than one. So somebody should be able to pick her up. She does say that she's also got a husband. Okay, Christine, she's also got her husband up there with her. So you've got to be able to have your husband, her husband up there with her as well. Okay, if this is for you, Christine, we'll get a little bit more just to make sure I'm with you. Come on then, Elsie. She's talking about being fiery. So I know she's talking about being very protective, but also fiery. Okay, when she needed to be. And she's quite family orientated, very family orientated, telling me that when she was younger, they didn't have a lot, but she's the type of lady that would give her last pennies away. She would give her last pennies away to help anybody. She's also one, she's talking to me about charity shops and rummage sales, but it's more for her when she was younger, where she used to get her clothes from, or some of the clothes from the rummage sales or the charity shops as well. She's cooking you, Christine, then we'll go with you. She's cooking you a great big stew in a big massive pot, and it's like feeding the 5,000. Okay, this is a big stew, all right, that she's cooking you. Healthy stew, she's talking about, a healthy stew. But she's like wanting to feed you more. Well, I think this is just the type of person she was. She just wanted to feed you up. She's putting in the stew those kidney beans. You know what I mean? Kidney beans. But she's talking about for iron. So I don't know if you're a little bit run down or something, Christine, or you need a little bit of energy or something, but she's popping in these beans to try and give you a boost of iron. She's talking about that. She's talking to me about somebody that does a lot of walking. Okay. She's making me use those sticks. When people go on long walks, scenic walks, and they use the 2 walking sticks like this to help them along. Not because they need them for the legs, but you know what I mean. But she's talking about somebody that does long walks and perhaps, okay then, perhaps have long sticks to help them. But she's talking about long walks, and why she's talking about that is somebody that's got, it's like they're straining their calf muscles, or they've got problems with the calf muscles. No big major problem, but it's like they need a bit of a massage or something. She's actually telling me, Christine, that you need to put your feet up and have a bit of a massage. Okay, so you need the massage and a little bit of healing yourself as well. She's putting, your Nan is putting your glasses, she's just said to me, I'm putting Christine's glasses back on her. So I don't know whether it's because you don't wear them enough or whether you need them upgraded, but she's just put your glasses back on. Okay, she's making note of that as well. She's talking about making notes of things to do. So it's like I've got a lot of post-it notes and I'm making notes of what I've got to do. Okay, somebody must do that, having to make notes so that remember what to do. Okay. Your Nan's also talking about somebody that forgets to take their tablets. I don't know whether she means her or somebody down here, but on the odd occasion, somebody is forgetting to take their tablets, their regular medication, as she's just said to me. So she's just saying I'm aware of that as well. Okay. It's an unusual name. She wants me to give you the name Jonah. Jonah, she's spelling it. So the name Jonah will mean something to you. And I think Jonah's still here. So there's somewhere around you called Jonah. Okay. That she's just mentioning for some reason. Now she's gone to the building bricks as well. But I think this is symbolic. Now, Nan, Elsie's talking about building bricks, but she's giving me it in a symbolic way of what is this going to be for? It's like building for the future. Okay, building for the future, but she's using building bricks to do it. Building for the future, looking ahead. She's talking about she's talking about you must look ahead. You must look ahead. Don't look back. She's telling you, don't look back. Look ahead. making building bricks for the future, she's saying, okay? Okay. She wants me to give you Auckland. I don't know whether that's New Zealand or Australia, but Auckland. So remember, she's mentioned Auckland to you, and she's talking to me about ask people around you, because the spirit will involve the rest of your family as well. So ask people around you. Yeah, she's talking about Auckland. She's also talking about a cruise, but one of those river cruises. All right, so somebody may be thinking about going on one of those, so watch for that coming up as well. And Elsie's talking about a link to Holland as well, so watch for somebody wanting to go to Holland. All right, she says she's just popped in just to say hello. Her reason for popping in is to say hello. Ken in spirit wants to say hello to you as well, Ken. And also there's a gentleman in spirit called Reg that wants to be remembered to you as well. So you'll find those names. Your granddad wants to say hello. Okay. Oh, I don't know what he's doing. That's all right. They still keep an eye on you, Christine. It's lovely. So check what she's saying then. But they still keep an eye on you. Your granddad's doing, you know, when people do like the heart shape in their hands like this, and they do it from the chest. He's doing that kind of thing, Christine. I don't know whether he means somebody actually does it down here or whether he's doing it for you. You know what I mean? Reg is your uncle, so Reg wants to say hello. But your granddad's doing this, and I think he's aiming this heart for you. Hang on a minute. He's just, I know why. He just wants me to let you know how proud he is of you, and he's just saying she's come through a lot. In fact, he's just said to me the whole family's come through a lot, and we want to let you know how proud we are the way that you've come through it. Okay. Bright skies on the horizon, he's saying. Bright skies on the horizon. So nice things coming up. Okay. A wedding coming up for next year is talking about as well, Christine. So watch for the wedding as well. But like I say, Elsie, your dad, Reg, and I don't know who else I spoke. Oh, Tom in spirit as well. You'll find Tom. They just want to let you know they're all around you and the family, as they've just said, and they're keeping their eye on you. That's what they're talking about, keeping their eye on you. So I'll leave you with them. Lovely Elsie. What's she doing? Elsie's just off to bake something, and I'm just having a look at it, see what it is. Oh, I don't know what that is. Elsie, I don't know if you remember baking. Oh, you won't if she's younger, but you were young. But ask. She used to bake like tarts, you know what I mean? But she's showing me like a lemon tart. Okay, so she's baking one of those. She's talking about, I'm off to bake a tart now, and that's what she said. Okay, so know that they're around you, Christine. All right, and they're keeping their eye on you. They're blowing kisses at me, so they want me to blow kisses at you. All right, so I hope that helps you. Okay, now this is an unusual one I've got here. It's lovely, very unusual. Okay, got a lovely gentleman here. He's going back some time because he's talking about he used to, you know, when they used to have the outside toilets. Not just one, but a whole like house of toilets, and he used to look after the toilets. So he was in and out cleaning the toilets. So I've got a lovely gentleman that used to do that in his heyday. He's talking about that. Okay, so I don't know who he's trying to connect with here, but that's quite specific. So I'm hoping somebody can take it. But he's talking about doing that. He's like a grandfather because he's going back quite a while. But like I say, he's talking about in his day, and he's talking about in his younger day, he used to look after the toilets whilst he was earning money for the family, he's talking about, okay? Whilst he was earning money for the family. So he went on to do something else. I'm just working out, just waiting for him to tell me what else he did. But that's how he started his life, working in the toilets, okay? He's also talking about, carpentry. I know this lovely gentleman this granddad was talking about carpentry. Okay, he's very good with his hands. Okay, so he went from the toilets up to the carpentry. Okay, started doing that. All right, so I'm hoping somebody can take him. He is a granddad. Okay, in fact, he might, I don't know whether he's actually great granddad, but I'm hoping that jogs somebody's memory just for that. Okay, let's have a look. Come on then, lovely granddad. He's saying he's come because somebody has seen him on a photograph recently. So it's showing me loads of black and white photographs, and the family looking at these black and white photographs together. All right, and he was somebody on one of the photographs. Okay, I don't know if he's going to be recognised. He's telling me that I might have to talk about somebody else. The link down here is somebody called Stephen as well. It connects to somebody called Stephen, and he's also talking about a link to Cambridge as well. So Cambridge will mean something to somebody down here. But whoever is trying to connect with down here has been in a family group, and they've been looking at a lot of photographs, and it's like they're placed out on a table, and they're trying to work out who each one of them is, who the people on these photographs is. And he's telling me that he was in a photograph where there was a bunch of just gentlemen. He's calling us them gentlemen. So he was on this one photograph where there's all gentlemen here, and he's talking about another photograph where there was a push bike on it as well. So I don't know if anybody can take this and is on here at the moment, and we'll try and give you some info from him, but that's how he's connecting. All right, give us a bit more just in case. He's just saying that somebody down here that he wants to connect with, you see, he's telling me that he may not be recognised because they haven't found out what he used to do. You know what I mean? But he's talking about somebody down here that's lost a cat recently as well. So somebody has lost a cat recently. All right, we'll try and get to whoever this belongs to. And this was a black and white cat. He's showing me a lovely black and white cat that's gone to spirit that he wants to connect with. Anything else? He's talking about the name Francis will mean something to this person he's trying to connect with. I think this is a lady he's trying to connect with, but he's talking about Francis will mean something to this lady as well. There's a strong Catholic link in the family as well. In fact, somebody is telling me was taught by nuns. There's that kind of link as well. So a strong Catholic link where somebody was taught by nuns as well. All right. Hopefully somebody will pick this up. If they don't pick it up now, perhaps they'll see it and pick it up later. But he wants to connect. I think, to be honest, I think he's talking about, you see, they don't usually tell me whether they're great granddad or just granddad. I think this is great granddad, so he is going back a little bit. But he's telling me, we'll find out, try and narrow it down a little bit more. He's telling me that he's got Marjorie in spirit with him as well. And he's also saying there's an Arthur in spirit with him. And he's talking about Helen down here as well. So that should bring somebody in. Helen down here. Okay. This is going to be hard to try and get somebody to connect, I think. Come on then, lovely. Okay. He's also bringing in Amy down here. So there's an Amy down here. Now, it tells me that Amy is the younger. Okay. So she's a young lady. It's describing Amy as a young lady. So if there's an Amy on here, it'll be for you, Amy, and this is going to be your great-great-granddad. Okay, so he's talking about Amy down here. Amy, he says, that needs to do more study as well. So he's trying to connect to her now. But Amy needs to do a little bit more studying because there's a different career path for you, Amy, if you're on here or if you're watching later. Your career's going off in a different route. Okay. Take it there's nobody yet, is there, Richard? No. Because you would have put it up. Right, okay, Joe. So let's see if it's for you. We'll get a little bit more so that we know it's for you. It may well be because it's going like this at the moment. Tell me, Joe, he's talking about the university link around you as well. There's somebody thinking about going to university or college. Okay, he's talking about that. I just want to make sure he's on with the right person, Joe. And he's talking about your mom is in spirit. So whoever this belongs to, mom is in spirit. Okay, and I think that's maybe why he's coming in to try and draw in mom as well. Okay, but he's making the link to mom. So let me know if you know Francis in spirit has a black and white cat. Okay, Joe, do you understand the mom in spirit as well? Remember, it can be in-law, because sometimes they don't bother telling me that. They just say mum in spirit, because it's bringing this lovely lady through to you. But I think if this is for you then, Joe, you will find out, because he was quite specific. Okay, he's quite specific about this, toilet thing that he used to do. Janitor, that's the word I want, a janitor. He used to be a janitor, but you will find that out if it's for you. Okay, do you understand the lovely lady that wants to come and put... what's she doing? This lovely lady I've got for you, Joe. She wants to put roses around you. It's like she's covering you in roses. It's the smell. So I don't know if you connect with her through roses or something, but she's putting lots of roses with lovely smells around you. And she's talking about, the wild, what are they called? Dog roses, the wild ones outside. She's putting those around you as well. So you must have a connection with somebody that likes roses. She's talking about that, okay? Did you say you can take Albert as well? Because I've got Albert in there. Up Spirit wants to say hello, and also Arthur, of course, that want to be remembered. But it's mainly this lovely lady that wants to pop in and see you. Okay, you'll find it. Watch, because it's quite specific, Joe. So you might have to trace it, and you'll find it. Okay, come on then. Lovely lady here talking about bringing a baby. So there's a baby coming around you as well, Joe. But this isn't family. Okay, this is who this lady is then. This isn't family, this baby, but it'll be on... Oh, no, hang on. It is, but it's like distant family, like a cousin. Okay, so watch for the connection to the baby that way. Okay, come on then. Lovely. Albert. So this lovely lady, who hasn't told me who she is, I don't know whether she's mom or a lovely nan that was very close to you, but she's coming as a mom. She's kind of picking you up or lifting you up as if you need a lot of love at the moment. She's talking about you need a lot of love at the moment. She's talking about that. I know we're on Wimbledon Church, and it's funny because she's just mentioned Wimbledon to me. So if you can't, I don't know, if you don't live in Wimbledon, there is a connection. Other than the church, there is a connection. Oh, hang on. She's just said to me, no, tennis. So there's a link to tennis with somebody as well, Joe. I don't know if somebody likes the Wimbledon, when that's on, or somebody plays tennis. But she's talking about the link to tennis. Okay, what's that? This lady's showing me the old-fashioned, is it your mom's mom? Okay. She's talking about the old-fashioned smelling salts, Joe. I don't know if you'll remember them, or your mom might, but the old-fashioned smelling salts used to smell them and go like this, but she's bringing that as a memory as well. She's just talking to me. I'm laughing. I shouldn't be laughing at this, really. She's just talking to me about somebody that set the cooker on fire. But inside, it's like burning something, like a cake or something, and it was actually inside burning, you know what I mean? A few flames, but she's talking about that as a memory as well. Oh, there you go. She's talking about that. My dad was a big fan. So is your dad in spirit? I don't like to ask, but if she's talking about your dad, she obviously wants me to connect with your dad. So it's either here or there. But she's talking about this burning in the cooker. All right, so watch for that as well. She's also talking about, she's still on the same kind of theme, but she's moved me to a caravan now, Joe, where you have the gas canisters outside or something to connect to the cooker. She's taken me to the gas canisters as if there's a bit of a smell of gas. So I don't know if that was a memory as well. I don't think anything happened, but there was a bit of a memory of the smell of gas. Okay. Now she's linking me to Cambridgeshire as well. So there's that link, Joe. So watch for the Cambridgeshire link. But she's also talking about Skegness. Okay, so we're going to bring your dad in probably in a minute. But she's also linking to Skegness as well. All right, she's talking about that. Okay. I don't know what's doing this. Oh, cool. Joe, I think your dad's coming in now. But I can't make out what your dad's doing, Joe, because he's doing something like this, and I don't know what he means. Do you understand why he'd be doing something like that, Joe? Must be, I don't know what it is. Oh, gosh. Peter Kay, the comedian, and when we were younger, we used to do things like this, you know what I mean? When people were a bit mad, we used to make funny signs on the side of our face in secret. I don't know if your dad's doing that kind of thing. I don't know where but I'll leave that with you. He's doing something with his face, but I'll leave that with you. Come on then. Oh, okay. Don't know if this is connected, but he's talking about, I don't think he means him, because he said somebody else with a mole on their face. There's somebody with a mole on their face. He's just brought that in as well. Okay, come on, Dad. Okay. He's talking about gloves, Joe. Okay. He's talking about gloves, and it's as if somebody's put his gloves on. All right. It's like leather gloves he's bringing me, and I'm putting his gloves on to keep my hands warm. And he's talking about gloves with fur in them as well. So I don't know what, I don't know what he means by that, but he's talking about fur-lined gloves. Come on, Dad. He's talking about his shoes and keeping them nice and clean as well. All right, and not traipsing mud in the house, not traipsing the mud in the house. But I think that's something that probably somebody down here has done. All right, and it winds somebody up by the look of it, because he's talking about not wiping their feet properly on a doormat. He's bringing that as well. Okay, come on, Joe. He's just said to me, Joe, there's something coming up nice for you. I was given gloves by. Okay, he's saying there's something nice coming up for you. Okay, not telling me where it is. Bit of a surprise, Joe is saying. Bit of a surprise. Now, this is separate, because I don't think you're going to get this, but he's talking about a chain with a heart on it. So it's a memory. I don't know if somebody's got one, a chain with a little heart on it. He's bringing that. Okay. So he's obviously with you when you were looking at the gloves. That's what he's trying to say, Joe. Okay, come on, Dad. Now he's just talking to me. He's changing the subject pretty quick, so I think we must be near time. So they're trying to rush a little bit. But he's talking about an umbrella stand. I think this is a memory. It's like a great big massive vase, Joe, where as you come in, you shove your umbrellas in it. Blue and white one. I don't know who this belonged to. I think it's a memory, but he's bringing me that as well. Okay. He wants me to give you the name Jessie as meaning something. So watch for that name, Jessie. And he's talking about, he wants me to give you California as well, Joe, as being a link. It's like somebody's wanting to go over there. Okay. California, so watch for that. And also, you know, when you go on to okay, you're talking about the places in America where you can go like horse riding, like on a ranch. Okay, that's what he's bringing in then. Where you can go horse riding on a ranch in America, Joe. He's bringing in that as if somebody would like to go. So I'd watch for that link as well, California. Okay, and also Arizona, he's just said to me. All right, so watch for that. He just wants to pop in and say hello. He's just said to me, Joe knows I'm around. You pick up things as well, Joe, spiritually, I mean, so you should know when he's around you. He's quite cold, your dad, so he'll make you go a little bit cold. Oh, right, he's obviously been listening to that, hasn't he, Joe? Perhaps you'll go there then. That's what the connection is. But he's talking about sending you quite cold, as if your hairs on your arms will stand up as well. He's bringing that around you as well, Joe. He's just said to me, I've got somebody up here that used to collect stamps. So you should know this gentleman in spirit that used to collect stamps. All right. You've been sending your prayers up to spirit, he says, and we hear you. All right. But your prayers have involved somebody else down here as well for healing. Somebody needs to, it's something to do with they need to get their life sorted out a little bit better. So you've been sending your prayers up for that. And they're just acknowledging they've been listening to that as well. Anything more? It's got Joe in spirit as well, male Joe, J-O-E in spirit, wants to be remembered to you. Just thought he'd pop in, all right, and say hello to you. Also the name Mildred, that's an unusual name, but Mildred in spirit, who was known sometimes as Millie, Joe. You'll find her as well. But sending loads of love. He just wants to pop in, I think, and say hello. They all want to just pop in and let you know they're listening to you. So I hope that was okay for you. I think I'm going now. He's just talking about, before he goes, he's just talking about the memory of lino, you know, lino, cushion flooring as they call it now, but the old lino, somebody had that down, but they had bumps in it as if there's something stuck underneath it. You know what I mean? Like a bit of grit or a bit of stone or something, but somebody had some lino with bumps in it, and he's just bringing that to you. Know that I'm around, he says, and his ending words are, know that I'm around and take care. You'll find Mildred. When they come, Joe, and you don't understand who they are, usually you'll find them at a different date. You know, in the future, you'll come across their name, okay? And you'll say, oh, that mad woman on Wimbledon Church told me about you, and I didn't take any notice. So watch for that. Okay, so he's sending love. He's making me blow your kisses. So I hope that was okay for you. All right, I'll leave that with you. How am I doing for time, Richard? Am I nearly finished? Okay. It's up to Ray. Have I nearly finished, Ray, or I don't know how long I've got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to finish now if you wish to.
Yeah, I think I'm done, to be honest. I think that was the
Brilliant.
last one.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Thank you very much indeed. It's been great to see you this morning. Sorry I left myself muted asking Jackie to do me a cup of tea this morning, so sorry about that. We're cold here this morning. I've got the heating on quite high, but it's quite cold in here.
Yeah.
There's only me in spirit here and Jackie spirit here this morning, so thank you very much. Richard, we've got Sunday sofa on today, haven't you? Oh, next week. Yeah, I get that one, Richard. Same here. Who are you? That's the other one, yeah. And we've got VIP fledglings tonight with Richard, and that's always a very good evening. He's got some wonderful people working there tonight. And we've got our friendship club, those who join us on Wednesday afternoon, 12 till 2. And we're back here next Sunday service with a medium called Barbara Potts. And I've just sent her a reminder that she's on with us. So Richard's got different things on during the week. And I'll be speaking to Richard later this week. I've got a couple of ideas for things as well that we might be able to bring in with you during the day. Not evenings, but during the day. So, Deb, thank you very much today for your service. Richard, I'd like to thank you and Spiritual Psychics TV for your producing and productions this morning. Thank you to Phil Shaw for your reading. And I think that's about it. Deb, would you like to close our meeting with prayer, please?
Okay. Divine Spirit, now that our service is drawing to a close, we thank everybody here for watching, and also thank our friends in the spirit world for showing us again that life is eternal. We ask a blessing on each and every one of us here today and the families which they represent. May they go away safe in the knowledge that their loved ones are with them always. Amen.
Amen. Just as we go, friends, I'd like to wish you all a good week and be positive and bright. I just want to leave you a memory. As Deb was talking about somebody in California horse riding. It's a very long story, but I'll give you a very short version. We had friends in California, and another medium we were with wanted to go horse riding. So our hosts, Stanley and Casey, found somewhere for this man to go riding. And then my dad said he wanted to ride a horse in the corral. So they found a very tame old horse for Dad to sit on and go round. And cut a long story short, suddenly someone brought out some pups that had been born, some brown Labradors. So we all rushed off to go and see these baby pups. So they were relatively newborn. And we're all going, ah, lovely, all the pups. Totally left Dad in the corral. And Richard knew me Dad quite a little bit. And Dad is very into the genre of cowboy films. And Dad decided to try and get off this horse all by himself with the way you put your leg over the horse's head. Well, he got it wrong. And he ended up upside down on the horse, shouting out for our help. And all we kept being interested in was the little puppy dogs that we saw. And he actually dented the corral bar with his weight, and the weight of him hitting it and dented it. And the horse just gently looked at him and smiled, sort of thing. And Dad was saying some very choice words about being stuck under this horse. And it's a very happy, it doesn't sound good, but it's a very happy memory of us being out in California, trying to do spiritual work, but my dad fell off horse.
Oh,
it was
nice.
was quite funny. He was in his 70s then, so it was quite funny. So, friends, thank you all very much for being here this morning. Look forward to seeing you in the coming weeks and months. And God bless you all until we meet again next Sunday. Bye-bye.